very warm and pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 16th August 2023. Starting with the today's agenda for the day, the editorial section, why is the Cauvery water sharing issue flaring up again from The Hindu? Followed by the news update, which includes the national news, international news, important days, awards and sports, and the legal news update for the day. Now, first of all, we will be dealing with the editorial section, which is why is the Cauvery water sharing issue flaring up again? Now, before we explain what's the issue, we need to know what is about the Cauvery River. The Cauvery is an interstate basin that originates in Kodagu district's Talakwari in Karnataka and passes through Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry before draining into the Bay of Bengal. Many of the districts in both states are dependent on the Cauvery for irrigation, while the city of Bangalore gets its water from the river. It involves 3 states and 1 union territory, that is Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and Puducherry. Now, what is the dispute all about? The genesis of the dispute is 150 years old and not the recent one, and dates back to the 2 agreement of arbitration in 1892 and 1924 between the then Madras Presidency and Mysore. It entailed the principle that the upper riparian state, that is Karnataka, must obtain the consent of the lower riparian state, that is Tamil Nadu, for any construction activity reservoir on the river Cauvery. From 1974, Karnataka started diverting water into 4 newly made reservoirs, that is Hemavati, Harangini, Kabini, and Suvarnavati, without the consent of Tamil Nadu, resulting in a dispute. For the resolution of the dispute, the CWDT, that is Cauvery Water Dispute Tribunal, was established in 1990. And in 2007, it passed order on how Cauvery water should be shared between the 4 riparian states in normal rainfall conditions. In distress year, a pro rata basis shall be used. The government again took 6 years and notified the order in 2013. This was the challenge in Honorable Supreme Court, which directed Karnataka to release 12,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu, prompting protest in the state. The final verdict of the Honorable Supreme Court came in 2080, where it declared the Cauvery a national asset and largely upheld the water sharing agreement finalized by the CWDT, that is Cauvery Water Dispute Tribunal, and also reduced the allocation of water from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. It also directed the center to notify the Cauvery Management Scheme. The center did in 2018. It constituted the Cauvery Water Management Authority and the Cauvery Water Regulation Committee to give effect to the decision. Now, what is the recent update and why are we talking about this issue, which dates back to 150-year-old? On August 14, the Tamil Nadu government sought the Supreme Court's intervention. Make Karnataka immediately release water 24,000 cubic feet per second from its reservoir and ensure the availability of the specified quantity of water at Billigundlu on the interstate border for the remainder of the month. And direct the Karnataka to ensure the release of 36.76 thousand million cubic feet stipulated for September 2023 as per the Cauvery Water Dispute Tribunal final award of February 27, 2007 that was modified by the Honorable Supreme Court in 2018. Now, as per the particular issue, we need to get to know that how is the water being shared currently. A monthly schedule is in place for Karnataka to release water to Tamil Nadu. As per the schedule, Karnataka is to make available to Tamil Nadu at Bilingundlu a total quantity of 177.25 thousand million cubic feet in a normal water year from June to May. Of this quantity, some portion, that is 123.14 TMC, is to be given during the period from June to September, also marking the season of the southwest monsoon. Invariably, it is during the period that the Cauvery issue gets flared up when the monsoon yield lower rainfall than anticipated. The Cauvery Water Management Authority, that is called as CWMA, and Cauvery Water Regulation Committee, that is CWRC, have been holding meetings to take stock of the situation. Now, why has Tamil Nadu approached the Honorable Supreme Court, and what are the reason of the fresh agreements that are coming up between the two states? So, the Cauvery Water Management Authority at its meeting on 11th August wanted Karnataka to manage its release in such a way that 10,000 cusecs of water were released at Bilingundlu for the next 15 days starting from August 12th. The authority also decided that based on future rainfall, there would be a reevaluation of the quantity to be released. But what apparently irked Tamil Nadu was the refusal of Karnataka during the meeting to abide by the quantity that was agreed upon at the meeting of CWRC, that is Cauvery Water Regulation Committee, the previous day, which was the figure of 15,000 cusecs for 15 days. However, Karnataka during the authority meeting said it would release only 8,000 cusecs and that too up to August 22nd. How has Karnataka responded on the way ahead? So Karnataka has contended that the 3 points the Karnataka government has contended that lower rainfall in the Cauvery catchment, including in Kerala, has led to the poor inflow to its own reservoirs. And as per the Chief Minister, whenever additional water flowed into the reservoir, Karnataka was releasing it to Tamil Nadu. But this year, Karnataka was not in such a position. And also, Karnataka at the authorities meeting had refused to accept the demand of Tamil Nadu for following a distress sharing formula, even though its chief minister in Mysuru favored the idea of sharing the distress. And now, as this matter has gone to the Honorable Supreme Court, we need to look at the perspective that what lies next in the whole issue. So, Tamil Nadu farmers in the Cauvery Delta are eagerly awaiting. Current storage of the Mettur reservoir in Tamil Nadu is low with about 20 TMC, will last only 10 days after giving allowance for dead storage and drinking water requirement. Water will be required at least for 1 more month for the standing short-term crop, Kuruvai. A distress sharing formula acceptable to all seems to be the need of an hour, and Honorable Supreme Court take will also be the crucial one in this whole matter. Now, coming up to the next news update of the date, that is, Center approves establishment of new spaceport in Kulasekarapattinam. The center has approved the establishment of a new spaceport in Kulasekarapattinam, Tamil Nadu, for carrying out the launches of the small satellite launch vehicle that is called as SSLV, which are developed by the Indian Space Research Organization. This was stated by the Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh in a written reply to the Rajya Sabha. The minister also added that the Indian space policy, that is 2023, has the provision for the utilization of the spaceport for carrying out launch activities by the non-government entities subject to technical feasibility and range safety constraint. Now, the policy opens up the sector for the enhanced participation of non-government entity across the entire value chain of the space economy, while clearly delineating the roles of the various stakeholders like INSPAC, ISRO, New Space India Limited, and Department of Space. Now, on Friday's TNA, in a move, we mentioned this particular news, and in a move to increase private participation in the Indian space industries, ISRO announced that it began transferring IMS-1 satellite bus technologies to Alpha Design Technologies, a Bangalore-based private company. So here it becomes important that ISRO has announced that particular technology will be transferred to a private participation would be involved, and this comes up with a very good initiative for our government. Now, coming up to the next news, President Murmu to launch Frigate Vindhyagiri. On August 17, 2023, Honorable President Draupadi Murmu will launch Vindhyagiri, a Project 17A frigate at Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, Kolkata, one of India's leading shipyards located in Kolkata. It builds and repairs commercial and naval vessels. Named after a mountain range in Karnataka, Vindhyagiri is a sixth ship of the Project 17A frigates. Under the Project 17A program, 4 ships by Mumbai-based Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited and 3 by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited are under construction. The project's first 5 ships were launched by MDL and GRSC, that is Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, between 2019 to 2022. INS Vindhyagiri, which was the 6th and the last of the Nilgiri class frigates in its nearly 31 years of service, had seen many multinational exercises and performed maritime surveillance, coastal patrol, and anti-piracy operations. It was decommissioned after being damaged in an accident with a merchant vessel in 2011. Coming up to the next national news of the day, Subhash Runwal received the Lifetime Achievement Award, RICS. Subhash Runwal, chairman of Runwal, a leading real estate developer with a legacy of 4 decades, has been recognized with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the first ever RICS South Asia Awards. Now, what is RICS? RICS is Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors. It is a global industry body representing professionals across the country, and it is established in 1978. Runwal is one of the Mumbai's premier real estate developers operating in the residential, commercial, and organized retail verticals for over 4 decades, with a robust track record of 42 plus delivered projects and 24 ongoing projects. Now, coming up to the next important news of the day, Dharmendra Pradhan launches DBT, that is Direct Benefit Transfer in National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. Dharmendra Pradhan. So, Dharmendra Pradhan is also the Union Minister for Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This can be an apt question for the examination. Launched, which is Direct Benefit Transfer in the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. This step is significant in achieving Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of making skilling a self-seeking endeavor, along with promoting the concept of earning while learning. Approximately rupees 15 crore were expended to 1 lakh learners as a part of the DBT launch. The National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, launched in August 16, aims to promote apprenticeship training in the country by providing stipend support to apprentices. Further, the objectives of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme is to develop skilled manpower for the industry by promotion of on-the-job experiential training, to encourage establishment to enroll apprentices by sharing partial stipend support to the apprentices, to provide upskilling opportunities for candidates who have undergone short-term skill training, and to encourage enrollment of apprentices in small establishment and those located in is under served area like in aspirational district and northeast region. So these were the objectives of National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which certainly can help us in the essay writing that comes in various competitive exams. Now, coming up to the next national news of the day, Delhi government launches Climate Summit to engage youth. The Delhi government has launched a 10-month framework to engage educational institutions to foster climate leadership among youth. This is something which is a need of an hour, and Delhi government is doing various initiatives to launch the climate summit. The Delhi Youth for Climate Summit was held on August 10 and 11. The two-day summit featured expert sessions addressing themes such as climate change impact, climate finance, and the catalytic role of eco clubs. So, coming up with the international news of the day, Senator Anwaar-ul-Haq Kakar elected as Pakistan caretaker Prime Minister. After being named by the outgoing Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and opposition leader Raza Riaz, former Pakistani Senator Anwar-ul-Haq Kakar was sworn in as the country's Prime Minister to head a caretaker government that will oversee parliamentary elections in the country. So the name here which needs to be remembered is Senator Anwar-ul-Haq Kakar. Kakar, who has represented his Balochistan province in the Senate since 2018, was administered the oath of office by President Arif Alvi. Now, why? Now the question here comes, why the caretaker PM is appointed? It is a normal practice in Pakistan to appoint a caretaker government for the election period. Under the constitution, the election should be held in the next 90 days. Now, what is the background here? Sharif replaced Khan in April 2022 when he was ousted in a no-confidence vote in parliament. Khan was sentenced to 3 years in prison in a graft case earlier this month. Now, coming up to the legal updates. Persons who secure job in reserved posts based on false caste certificate liable to be dismissed by the Honorable Supreme Court. The Honorable Supreme Court recently reiterated that no protection should be given to persons who secure public employment through false caste certificates. The court set aside a judgment of the Orissa High Court, which directed a public authority to consider reinstating an employee who was found to have obtained employment in the reserved post on the basis of false certificate. The bench observed granting protection to individuals who are ineligible for the post has a deleterious effect on good governance. The court held that it is immaterial whether the caste certificate was submitted fraudulently or due to a genuine mistaken belief. Intent is of no consequence. This particular reiteration was held in Bhubaneswar Development Authority versus Madhumita Das and others. Now, as per by the Honorable Supreme Court, we need to understand what is the background here. Why Honorable Supreme Court is focusing on the certificate that has been submitted, irrespective what was the intent. Post a departmental inquiry regarding her caste status, an employee of the Bhubaneswar Development Authority was dismissed from her service. She stated that though she was born in a Brahmin family, she acquired scheduled caste status following her marriage to a scheduled caste category person in 1993. Now, coming up to the next legal update of the day, correctness of witness statements cannot be decided in Section 482 Criminal Procedure Code proceedings by the Honorable Supreme Court. The Honorable Supreme Court Observe that a High Court cannot go into the correctness or otherwise of the material placed by the prosecution in the charge sheet while considering a petition seeking quashing of criminal proceeding under Section 482 of the CRPC. The court would exercise its power to quash the proceeding only if it finds that, taking the case at its face value, no case is made out at all. The bench of Justice B.R. Pavai, P.S. Narasimha, and Prashant Kumar Mishra observed, while setting aside a Karnataka High Court order that had quashed criminal proceeding against one of the accused in a murder case. The court added that the scope of interference while quashing the proceeding under Section 482 CRPC, and that too for a serious offence like Section 302 of Indian Penal Code, is very limited, which was held in case of Manik D versus Kadapala Shreyas Reddy. Now, this is all for the today's editorial section, news update, and the legal news. The viewers that are seeing this particular channel, I would request them to subscribe if you feel that this TNA is helping you in preparing for your competitive exams. From today, we have given a detailed view of every section that we are presenting to you, including editorial. Do write us in the comment section what you feel and for this particular TNA that we are presenting. Thank you so much. Do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. For more updates, please do write us at support@lawsikho.in, and you can contact us on the given number as well. Thank you so much.